We are Pagandom from Gothenburg, Sweden, and this is Dave Softees Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. Stay tuned, or don't stay tuned if you're a complete idiot.
Daydreaming of different ways to escape you. I fantasize about your demise. Infinite creativity crashes through to the point that should be a price. 'Cause I no longer feel empathy, just a need to settle the score. I no longer see personalities, just hands and holes and trapdoors. Nothing to the real when you take it sharks. Trapped with pointed sticks for you await. Hard at work, roll the sides, alligator jaws, bottomless pits. With this the bad. No, we don't talk much. Please God, let this dream come true. I no longer feel empathy, just a need to settle the score. I no longer see personalities, just hands and bolts and trapdoors. If there is a way, then show me I need to cope with this reality. I'm on a slippery slope. I got nothing to lose, nothing much left on this wheel. Sick of hearing the blues. I need help, 'cause I no longer feel empathy. Just a need to settle the score. I no longer see personalities, just hands out bolts and trapdoors. Longer feel empathy, just a need to settle the score. I no longer see personalities, just hands out bolts and trapdoors. Hands out bolts and trapdoors.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Gothenburg, Sweden, from Thrash Metal Act Pagandom. Joining us is founding member Christian Jannson on vocals and bass. Welcome to the Metal Meltdown. How you doing out there tonight?
Thank you, Dave. Fine. Thank you. Fine.
It's great that you could be here because I want to learn all that we can about your fine thrashing band. I see that Pagandom formed in 1987, 30 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It is, wow. And you released the debut offering Crush Time in 1994.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah. Then I noticed that the band disbanded in 1996 after having recorded a 6-track demo. And then the band was called a different name? Kung?
Yeah.
Kung?
Yeah, it's a Swedish word for king. Yeah, we had kind of gotten into a corner, or we had boxed ourselves into something that we didn't like. So we kind of wanted to start fresh in some way, to just do something else that wasn't Pagandom, but we ended up disbanding instead. So
I see. And I also took notice that you actually did a Metallica cover on the Metal Militia, a tribute to Metallica back in 1994. And was that under the name Kung, or what name is that under?
no, that was Pagandom. Yeah.
That was Pagandom.
Yeah,
okay.
we got the question from the small Gothenburg label putting together some kind of tribute album, and they wanted us to cover Battery. So we made a pretty different version of our own kind of interpretation of it, since it's such a perfect song. I mean, if we would just play it the way Metallica plays it, it would just be the same but worse, you know.
Yeah,
So we tried to make something different, and a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. So yeah.
well, that's the same for Metallica. Some people, they love Metallica, and some people hate them because they're so popular and mainstream that people sometimes don't like that. It all depends on the individual. There's no rules or regulations. There's no wrong or right. Either you like something or you don't. There's something. If you have an open mind, you could decide for yourself whether you like it or not. You know.
Yeah.
And now we're here to talk mainly about your latest release called Hurt as a Shadow. And this is very important that we talk about this music. But before we do that, could you fill in the blanks of what you've been up to between the time of Crush Time to the Hurt as a Shadow offering? What happened within the band during this time away? And after that, we'll learn who's in the band currently.
Well, when we disbanded in '96, we went separate ways. Played in different bands in Gothenburg. We also tried, me and Martin, the other founding member, Martin Karlsson, on guitar. Yeah, we tried some projects together, but that never really worked out. But we just playing different bands, you know, and we never really had an idea about reuniting Pagandom ever. But someone popped the question at the right time and within a context that made sense. So in 2013, yeah, we did that.
Very nice. So I'm glad that you're back. And who currently makes up the Pagandom lineup?
Besides me and Martin Karlsson on guitar, the founding members, we have Søren Fordvik on drums and Martin Meyerman on guitar.
And he's the latest member of the band. He just joined basically a year ago or so, right?
Yeah, that's right. He replaced a pretty well-known guy called Anders Björler of The Haunted and At the Gates fame, who joined the band for the reunion and stayed for like 2.5 years, making the album also with us.
Very good. Well, I want to wish you the best with the reformation of Pagandom, and hopefully you stick around and keep bringing us new music so that we can continue to talk about it. But let's learn as much as we can about the latest. How did Hurt as a Shadow all come together? Who was responsible for writing the words and the music? Was this done as a collective, or is someone in the band really good at writing the lyrics and someone really good at the music part of it? How did it all come together?
Well, we tried to write as we did back in the late 80s, early 90s, just coming together in the rehearsal space and trying out different things and putting it together that way. But since we are all becoming of age, so we have no possibility to rehearse 3 times a week. It's more like one night a week. So it took too much time trying to make it in the rehearsal space. So we basically dropped that, and we sat at Martin's place in his studio and just trying, recording, copy, paste, cut, move things around, and making songs that way, and emailing stuff to each other, and that was much easier and more efficient way to make songs. So we made it as a collective. Everybody tributed, but Martin Karlsson probably he is the riff master. But everyone contributed, and I'm responsible for the lyrics.
I figured.
So yeah.
That's very good, and I appreciate that you did what you had to do, because as you said, as we get on years and we have families and jobs, it's not so easy to do what you did 30 years ago in the current days, you know. So yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. Thank you. Now, where was this Heard as a Shadow recorded? What studio was it recorded in, and who was responsible for the mixing, the mastering, and the producing of Heard as a Shadow?
Well, we recorded the drums in a separate studio in Gothenburg, outside Gothenburg, and called Echo Studios, I think. A friend of ours, tattoo artist and a producer who recorded the drums, and then we recorded the rest, bass, guitars, vocals, at a small studio called Hell's Island, located on a small island outside the west coast of Sweden, outside Gothenburg, where Martin Karlsson, the guitarist and the major riff master, it's his studio. So there we had, and there's also, we could take our time in his studio. We didn't have to check how much money does this cost now. So we could work slowly and stress free, so to speak. And then we when the recording was done, we sent it to a guy called Sven Jansson at Grand Recordings in Gothenburg, who mixed the album. And there's a guy called, what's his name? Göran Finnberg. You've probably never heard of him. Who knows? He mastered it. He's mastered Meshuggah, I think, and bands like that before. So
nice.
So he's good. He's a good guy.
You got good sound out of this. I enjoy this album very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Have you been performing around the Gothenburg area, or have you been out around there to support the Heard as a Shadow offering? Are there any plans for future shows, perhaps?
Plans, more wishes than plans, I think. We wanted to get out. The problem is that there are so many bands, and there's extremely many shows in Gothenburg and around Gothenburg and in Sweden in general, and it's hard to compete with some bands who are more well known than we are. We have this guy who helps us book gigs, but he I don't know what he's doing really right now. Wow. I think he's doing something else. He's a very good old friend, but he has a lot of he's booking shows with Wasp and Manowar and all kinds of bands in around Gothenburg. So he's a busy man. But anyway, we have played some shows in the Gothenburg area as support to Meshuggah, and headlining club shows and some festivals and so.
Yeah, Christian, where would you say would be the best place for fans of Pagandom to pick up either a physical copy or digital downloads of Heard as a Shadow?
I know that it's possible to purchase through iTunes Music. Yeah.
Right.
And wow, that's a good question. Physical copies. I think we can make it happen if you hook up with us through our Facebook page. Send us a message or something. We can fix something, I guess.
Let's give your Facebook just in case. That would be facebook.com, Pagandom GBG.
GBG, yeah. Pagandom GBG.
What does GBG stand for?
Gothenburg.
I should have thought. I should have realized that. Well, Christian, I've been interested in looking for videos, so I went to YouTube and I typed your name, Pagandom, and I want to give you a YouTube channel. It's YouTube channel /user/Pagandom GBG. And there I saw a bunch of live performance videos and an official video that I've already shared on my page. That's Capulets and Trapdoors. I really think it's a killer video. I want to congratulate you on this video. So I would like more information about it. Like, where was this made? Where was it recorded? Who produced and edited it? And are there any more official videos or lyric videos out there for us?
No, this is the only one so far.
That's what I thought.
The thing is, we kind of needed to make a video, and our record company is a small record company, and they don't pay for anything, so it's kind of up to us to make something out of nothing, really, because this is a kind of hobby that we love, but we don't have a bank vault to empty every time we want to do something. So how do you do when you have no budget? Well, you call some friend, a friend called Johan Wallqvist. He's a photographer. He's an enthusiast, and we asked him if he could film. So we just got some black sheets put up on the walls in our small rehearsal space, and I had an idea what we should do. Very much close-up things, and everything should be in black and white. We did it in 2 hours, I think. Filmed about in 2 hours, and then I edited it on my laptop.
Great job.
Yeah.
And I totally understand, this day and age, if you want to be in metal for a living, you have to realize there's no money in it. And if you want to do something productive, you're going to have to take the money out of your own pocket. So you need to have jobs, and you need to, produce this yourself, because like you said, even unless you're like a well-known act and you have a major label, they're not giving you much to work with. You're pretty much doing everything on your own anyway.
Yeah. So since we didn't have any budget at all, we kind of figured, how do we make this as good as possible with as little means as possible? So that's why we just wanted dark background, black and white, just make it clean and simple and as good and tight as possible. So I think we pulled that off.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's very good. Very entertaining. Thanks. Too, yes. How about merch? I'm interested to know, besides the CD, and we know to reach out to Facebook to get the CD, but I'm interested to know because this day and age, really the bands need to have merch for the fans so that the fans could support the bands. So I would like to know what you may have available for the fans and where they can find it.
Yeah. Right now we just have one T-shirt available. We haven't put it up on our on Facebook, the merch thing there, but it's possible to reach out to us and we will fix it. I will gladly send one to you also if you want. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, sure, I would love that. But yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, definitely. I encourage you to put a merch link so that the fans out there that enjoy your music can at least support you by wearing the shirt or what other merch you may have down the road. Hopefully that you will have something available for the fans, because not that you're going to make a big living on that, but it helps. Every little bit helps.
It does, and as a matter of fact, when we are recording the next album, it's the same as with Hurt as a Shadow. It's up to us to pay for it. So.
Right.
Of course, we need the money and from gigs and from merch, and so yeah.
Well, that leads to my next question, and that is, what is next for your band, Pagandom? And have you considered possibly starting a Kickstarter program to help fund your new release when you start making one?
We haven't talked about it. I'm not really used to that kind of stuff, but I'm aware that it exists. So that might be a good idea. Yeah, it's expensive to rent a studio and stuff, but yeah, maybe we should.
It might be a good possibility for you.
Yeah.
But what are your plans as far as the follow-up to this album? Do you think you're in process of writing for it and looking forward to having a new album within the next couple of years?
Yeah, I don't know what's realistic, but a year from now, year and a half or something, I hope. We are currently writing. I think we have like 8 songs, more or less, not ready, but they're ready enough to try vocals on, and maybe we will rearrange some, parts and bits, but we are getting there.
That's
This
great.
is a
Great
yes, a
news.
very fun process. Writing is so much fun.
Very, very nice. And it's great news for us to know that there will be future music from Pagandom. So thank you so much for that information.
Yes, oh yes.
Christian, at this time, would you like to say anything out there to the Pagandom supporters that are tuning in at this time?
Well, if you've heard us and if you appreciate us, then thank you so much. We take nothing for granted. If you haven't heard us and you're a bit curious, if you like, I wouldn't say Swedish thrash, maybe that doesn't matter, but if you dig The Haunted or Slayer, I mean, everything derives from Slayer. They are the foundation of everything. So, but thrash in that kind of vein, then you should definitely check us out, I think.
Definitely, Metal Maniacs got to check out Pagandom. And I want to thank you, Christian, on a personal level for this interview. I've enjoyed getting to know you. This is our first time, but I want you to know that my door is always open to you. Whenever you have a new release and you need a home to talk about it, you can count on the Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. And I'm familiar with the Gothenburg Swedish scene. I've had Chugger, a band from Gothenburg, on the show 4 times, and I'm sure there'll be many other times. So when I tell you what I'm telling you, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If you ever need a place to talk about upcoming releases, you have a home here. You never have to worry about that. Just hit me up, tell me you're working on new music. It'll be released at a certain time, and I'll do my best to get you on the air again to talk about your future releases. Now, before we go crank up more from Pagandom, I just want to make sure that we got everybody out there caught up in all the knowledge we could bring them about Pagandom. If there's anything else that we could bring up to the fans out there, please don't be hesitant to mention anything that we have yet to mention.
Well, first of all, thank you for this. You're very generous, and it's been a pleasure, really. And it's a great way to make people aware that we exist. It's an honor. Great, thank you. And I don't have anything further, I think.
All right. Well, I look forward to the future of Pagandom and having you back here as a regular guest. I want to wish you and all in Pagandom a great 2017. Well, anyway, what's left of it, and the new year, and may you have future success. If you want to say success, may you reach your goals and what you want to accomplish, even though it's probably going to cost you. May what you do make it shine out there, and may you be happy with what you accomplish. And you, like I said, you'll always have a place here to talk about it. At this time, though, how about we crank up some more Pagandom and crank it up loud?
Thank you.